First off, this handling. The MDX is super sharp for a 3-row SUV, and the steering wheel feels darty in a good way. The suspension also feels really tight for an SUV of this size, but it stumbles just a little with some of the most basic stuff.
Some SUVs aren't just vehicles, they're legends of endurance. Built to survive decades, rack up hundreds of thousands of miles, and still run like the day they left the factory. But as automakers rush towards smaller engines, hybrids, and EVs, many of these proven workhorses are quietly disappearing. In this countdown, we're looking at 10 longest-lasting SUVs you should buy before they're gone. Because when they're gone for good. Number 10. Toyota Sequoia, Old Gen. The first-generation Toyota Sequoia, and even the second-generation model that lasted until 2022, was built during an era when Toyota designed vehicles to outlast your mortgage. This full-size SUV is a legend among families, long-haul travelers, and anyone who's ever owned one knows why. It just doesn't quit. Under the hood, the Sequoia packs Toyota's trusted 5.7-liter I-Force V8 engine, shared with the Tundra. It's not the most fuel-efficient engine on Earth, but what it lacks in MPG, it makes up for in sheer reliability. These engines have been known to run for 400,000 miles or more with proper care. And that's not an exaggeration. Owners often describe the Sequoia as a mechanical tank. The transmission is strong, the suspension is heavy-duty, and even the electrical system is refreshingly simple by modern standards. The frame-on-body design gives it truck-like durability, perfect for towing boats, trailers, or carrying large families across the country. The interior may feel dated by modern standards, but it's built with the same attention to detail Toyota was famous for in the 2000s: knobs, buttons, and switches that actually last. And that's something rare today, with Toyota discontinuing the old V8 in favor of a hybrid twin-turbo setup in the new Sequoia. The classic V8 version is becoming a collector's item for reliability lovers. If you ever dreamed of owning a bulletproof SUV that could pass down through generations, the old Sequoia deserves a spot in your driveway before it vanishes forever. Number 9. Lexus GX460. If the Toyota Sequoia is the family warrior, the Lexus GX460 is its refined, armor-plated cousin. It's one of those rare luxury SUVs that's both elegant and unbreakable, a combination we rarely see anymore. Built in Japan on the same platform as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, the GX460 carries the DNA of vehicles trusted in the world's harshest environments. From the deserts of the Middle East to the mountains of South America, at its heart lies a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 engine, one of the smoothest and most dependable power plants Lexus has ever produced. It may not win any drag races, but it will quietly and confidently outlast most modern turbocharged engines. This motor has earned a reputation for going well past 300,000 miles with routine maintenance, and many owners report that even at 200K, the GX still feels brand new. What makes the GX special is its overbuilt engineering. The solid rear axle and full-time four-wheel drive system give it the toughness of an off-roader, while the Lexus badge ensures that every part inside feels premium. From its sturdy doors to its hydraulic suspension system, everything about this SUV screams craftsmanship and longevity. And here's the key: the GX460 is soon being phased out for the new GX550, which switches to a turbo V6. That means this is the last of the V8-powered, old-school Lexus SUVs you can buy new. If you want a luxury vehicle that can survive decades and still look dignified doing it, the GX460 is your best shot before it becomes a relic of the past. Number 8. Chevrolet Tahoe. When people think of tough, all-American SUVs that can haul a family, a boat, and a lifetime of memories, the Chevrolet Tahoe almost always tops the list. It's one of those rare vehicles that feels as solid as it looks. A full-size SUV built to handle anything you throw at it, year after year, mile after mile. The Tahoe's reputation for longevity comes from its tried-and-tested V8 engines, particularly the 5.3-liter Ecotec 3 and the older Vortec series. These engines have powered everything from police interceptors to highway patrol fleets. And that's no coincidence. When a vehicle can handle daily abuse from government and utility fleets and still last 300,000 miles or more, you know it's built right. One of the biggest reasons the Tahoe lasts so long is its simplicity. It's a traditional, body-on-frame SUV with rear-wheel drive or available four-wheel drive. No overly complex hybrid systems, no turbochargers, no gimmicks. That design makes it incredibly easy and affordable to maintain. Parts are everywhere. Mechanics know them inside out, and repairs rarely require special tools. Owners often report their Tahoes running strong after 2 decades of use, with only basic maintenance like brake pads, oil changes, and transmission fluid flushes. And because GM used these components across the Suburban, Silverado, and Sierra, you'll never struggle to find replacements. The latest models are moving toward more tech-heavy setups, with active fuel management and smaller engines creeping into the lineup. That's why the older, naturally aspirated V8 models, especially from the 2010s, are the ones to grab while you can. They represent the last generation of straightforward American durability. The Chevrolet Tahoe isn't just a family SUV. It's a long-term investment in reliability, a truck-based legend that refuses to die. If you want something that feels unshakable, even after 250,000 miles, the Tahoe earns its spot on this list. Number 7. Toyota Land Cruiser, pre-2021 models. The Toyota Land Cruiser isn't just another SUV, it's an institution. Around the world, it's known as the vehicle that simply never gives up. From war zones to mountain passes, from deserts to frozen tundra, the Land Cruiser has built its reputation on being unstoppable. And that's not an exaggeration. It's a machine engineered with one goal in mind: to last forever. Pre-2021 models, especially the 200 series, are the ones to look for. Powered by Toyota's indestructible 5.7-liter V8, this beast isn't about horsepower numbers or flashy technology. It's about consistency. These engines are known to hit 400,000 miles without ever being opened up, and the rest of the vehicle is built to match that endurance. Every component, from the frame to the drivetrain, was designed with redundancy and over-engineering in mind. Inside, the Land Cruiser's interior feels like a time capsule of old Toyota luxury. Soft leather, big buttons, analog dials, and an unshakable sense of quality. Nothing squeaks, nothing feels fragile, and nothing breaks unless you truly abuse it. That's why Land Cruisers hold resale values that defy logic. Many used ones cost more than new SUVs today. But here's the sad part. The legendary V8 Land Cruiser is gone from the US market. Toyota pulled it after 2021, replacing it globally with smaller turbocharged engines. For enthusiasts and collectors, That's created a gold rush for clean, low-mileage examples. If you ever wanted to own a piece of automotive history that could outlive you, the pre-2021 Land Cruiser is it. It's one of the few vehicles that truly earns the title "Built to Last," and every mile behind its wheel feels like a reminder of what durability used to mean. Number 6. Honda Pilot, old 3.5-liter V6. The Honda Pilot might not scream legendary at first glance, but dig deeper and you'll find one of the most quietly reliable SUVs ever built. Especially the older generations powered by Honda's naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, an engine that's practically bulletproof. These models earned their reputation in families, carpools, and road trips all across America because they simply refused to die. Honda engineered this V6 to deliver the perfect balance between performance, smoothness, and longevity. It's the same motor found in the Honda Odyssey and Ridgeline, vehicles known to rack up 500,000 miles when properly maintained. This engine's timing belt system, solid transmission pairing, and low-stress nature make it incredibly dependable over the years. The Pilot's unibody construction adds to its charm. It may not be as rugged as a body-on-frame SUV like a Tahoe or 4Runner, but that's part of why it lasts. Fewer moving parts, a lighter frame, and Honda's precision build quality all contribute to its ability to go the distance with minimal issues. Inside, older Pilots were built for practicality. Durable materials, simple controls, and roomy interiors made them family favorites. And unlike many modern SUVs that rely heavily on touchscreens and electronics, these earlier models are refreshingly straightforward. You get real buttons, intuitive systems, and a driving experience that feels genuinely connected. The newer turbocharged and hybrid variants are fine, but they're not built the same way. The old V6 Pilot represents a golden age of Honda reliability that's slowly fading away. Mechanics love working on them because they rarely see one come in for anything serious. If you're looking for an SUV that feels modern enough for daily life, yet simple enough to outlast the latest tech trends, the V6 Honda Pilot is your sweet spot. It's dependable, affordable, and quietly one of the longest-lasting SUVs ever made. Number 5. Ford Expedition, 2014 to 2020. The Ford Expedition has always been America's workhorse for families who need real space, real power, and serious towing muscle. But among its many generations, the 2014 to 2020 range stands out as a sweet spot. The perfect mix of old-school durability and modern comfort before the brand went full-tech heavy. During this era, Ford fine-tuned the Expedition's design to deliver strength without overcomplication. It used the 3.5-liter EcoBoost VIV6, a twin-turbo engine that surprisingly proved to be far tougher than many expected. Unlike smaller turbo engines designed for fuel economy alone, Ford's EcoBoost was built for trucks. When paired with the sturdy 6-speed and later 10-speed automatic transmissions, this SUV became a high-mileage champ. Fleet operators and families alike have reported these models crossing 250,000 miles, while still running smooth. The Expedition's truck-based platform, shared with the F-150, gives it the same rugged bones that made Ford's pickup line legendary. The result? A full-size SUV that can tow over 9,000 pounds and still last a decade or two if properly maintained. That's rare territory for any modern SUV. Inside, This generation struck the right balance: premium materials, plenty of space, and not too many screens or complex electronics. Ford's Sync infotainment was easy to live with, and the mechanical systems were relatively straightforward compared to today's over-digitized dashboards. But after 2020, Ford's shift toward even more electronics, aluminum-heavy construction, and newer EcoBoost calibrations made maintenance trickier. That's why many enthusiasts and used buyers are chasing the 2014 to 2020 versions. The last truly simple, robust expeditions that can handle both city commutes and cross-country towing trips. If you want a full-size SUV that combines the comfort of a luxury vehicle with the endurance of a pickup, the 2014 to 2020 Ford Expedition is a no-brainer. It's powerful, proven, and built from the last great era of Ford toughness. Number 4. Acura MDX 2010s. When people talk about long-lasting luxury SUVs, the conversation often goes straight to Lexus. But the Acura MDX quietly built its own legacy. A luxury SUV with Honda's reliability DNA, capable of outlasting its German rivals by a shocking margin. And the sweet spot? The 2010s generation, powered by the tried-and-true 3.5-liter V6 or 3.7-liter V6. Engines that have proven themselves time and again. What makes the MDX special isn't just how long it lasts, but how easily it lasts. Owners often see 250,000 to 350,000 miles, with little more than routine maintenance. The key lies in Acura's precision engineering: a sturdy engine block, smooth shifting transmission, and a suspension system designed for both comfort and longevity. There's no unnecessary complexity here, just smart design that works. This SUV was built during an era when Acura still focused on mechanical excellence rather than digital flash. That means you get fewer electronic headaches, less sensor drama, and components that were actually built to be repaired, not replaced. And yet, the MDX still feels upscale. Leather interiors that don't fall apart, minimal rattles even after a decade, and an overall sense of refinement that holds up. Performance-wise, it's not an off-roader like a 4Runner, but it's perfect for the real world. The super-handling all-wheel drive system gives it solid traction in rain, snow, or dirt roads, and the ride remains buttery smooth even after 100,000 miles. As newer models move toward turbocharged engines and hybrid systems, the old naturally aspirated MDX stands out as the last of a breed. A luxury SUV that puts durability first. It's one of those vehicles you could hand down to your kids, and it would still feel reliable years later. If you want luxury without the long-term headache, the 2010's Acura MDX is your quiet hero. Understated, refined, and built to go the distance. Number 3. Toyota 4Runner. If there's one SUV that defines the word indestructible, it's the Toyota 4Runner. This isn't just another family hauler. It's a living fossil from the era when vehicles were built to take punishment and keep going. While most modern SUVs rely on unibody construction and fragile electronics, the 4Runner still rides on a rugged body-on-frame chassis. That's why it's the favorite of off-roaders, adventure travelers, and anyone who wants a vehicle that could probably survive the apocalypse. At the heart of this machine lies Toyota's 4.0-liter V6 engine, one of the most reliable power plants ever made. It's simple, naturally aspirated, and engineered to last hundreds of thousands of miles without major repairs. Owners routinely report crossing the 400,000-mile mark with just regular oil changes and basic maintenance. That's the kind of mechanical confidence that's all but vanished in the modern automotive world. Everything about the 4Runner screams longevity. The transmission is old school but bulletproof. The suspension is tough yet comfortable enough for long drives. Even the paint and interior materials hold up remarkably well after years of abuse. And because the platform has barely changed in over a decade, replacement parts are cheap, plentiful, and easy to install. But that same timelessness also means it's nearing the end of an era. Toyota has already announced an all-new 4Runner with a turbocharged engine and hybrid tech, meaning the classic V6 version is on borrowed time. Once it's gone, it'll mark the end of one of the most durable engines Toyota has ever built. The current 4Runner may not be flashy or modern, but that's exactly why people love it. It's a vehicle you can trust through snow, sand, mud, and time itself. If you've ever wanted a truly forever SUV, this is the one to grab before the new era takes over. Number 2. Lexus LX570. The Lexus LX570 is what happens when you take a Toyota Land Cruiser and give it a royal treatment, without losing an ounce of its durability. It's built on the exact same platform as the legendary Land Cruiser 200 series, meaning under all that luxury, it's still a tank. But this one wears a tailored suit. Powered by the same 5.7-liter naturally aspirated V8, the LX570 combines smooth, silent power delivery with old-school engineering that doesn't quit. It doesn't rely on turbochargers or hybrid systems to perform. Instead, it uses raw displacement and overbuilt components to do the job. That's why LX models from a decade ago are still running strong in rough climates across Africa, the Middle East, and the US, often pushing well past 400,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Inside, everything is designed to last, not just look fancy. The leather is thick and ages gracefully, the wood trim doesn't crack, and the switchgear feels solid, even after years of use. Lexus didn't cut corners here. They over-engineered everything. Even the air suspension system, often a weak point in luxury SUVs, holds up far better than competitors when maintained properly. Another reason the LX570 has become so desirable lately is scarcity. Lexus has replaced it with the new LX600, powered by a twin-turbo V6. While that engine offers more power and efficiency, longtime owners are skeptical about its long-term durability. That's led to a surge in demand for the outgoing V8 LX. Prices for used examples are climbing fast, especially for low-mileage, well-maintained ones. The LX570 is the last of the forever luxury SUVs, vehicles built with craftsmanship first and profit margins second. It's the kind of SUV you could drive daily for 20 years and still trust to take you across a continent. If you want luxury that lasts a lifetime, this is the one to buy before they disappear for good. Number 1. Toyota Highlander V6 models. The Toyota Highlander may not have the brute strength of a Land Cruiser or the rugged look of a 4Runner, but don't let that fool you. It's one of the most dependable and longest-lasting family SUVs ever built, especially the V6-powered versions. Quiet, smooth, and capable of lasting over 300,000 miles, the Highlander V6 models represent the perfect blend of comfort, practicality, and reliability, the kind of SUV that quietly becomes part of the family. The secret lies in Toyota's proven 3.5-liter V6 engine, the same one used across millions of Camrys, Avalons, and Siennas. It's one of the most refined and enduring engines Toyota has ever built, delivering strong power while being easy on maintenance. Combine that with Toyota's bulletproof 8-speed automatic transmission and a simple front or all-wheel drive setup, and you get a powertrain that almost never fails. Owners praise the Highlander for how unproblematic it is. No weird noises, no expensive electronics acting up, and no unexpected surprises. Just predictable performance year after year. Even the interior materials, seat leather, and cabin electronics tend to hold up exceptionally well. It's one of those SUVs where 200,000 miles still feels like the halfway mark. But here's the catch. Toyota has now phased out this V6 engine in favor of a smaller turbocharged 4-cylinder. The move makes sense for emissions and efficiency, but many longtime owners worry the new turbo engine won't have the same long-term reliability. That's why used V6 Highlanders, especially from 2017 to 2022, are being snapped up fast. If you want a vehicle that you can hand down to your kids, take on road trips, and never have to worry about, the Highlander Vive 6 is the definition of peace of mind on 4 wheels. It's the perfect closing chapter to Toyota's golden age of naturally aspirated reliability. The SUVs on this list aren't just vehicles, they're time capsules from an era when reliability came before software, and engines were built to last longer than most modern warranties. Whether it's a V8 Land Cruiser that survived decades or a Highlander that just keeps going, these machines prove that true longevity isn't about luck. It's about engineering that stands the test of time. As automakers shift toward smaller, turbocharged and electrified engines, these classic long haulers are quietly disappearing. So, if you've ever wanted an SUV that can last a lifetime, and maybe even outlast you, now's the time to buy before they're gone forever.